The New England Patriots just flipped the script on their entire season, and almost nobody outside the facility saw it coming. There's a different kind of buzz coming out of Foxboro this week. Not hype, not hope something stronger, something more real. It's not just about one player or one breakout moment, it's the entire vibe. This team doesn't look like it's searching for direction anymore. It looks like a team that's quietly found it. Position battles are exploding, rookies are pushing out veterans, and the coaching staff is making decisions that tell you one thing: this rebuild isn't waiting until next year. The most shocking part? It's not just the quarterback. It's not just the trenches. It's not even the defense. It's all of it, at once. Rookies are being handed starter-level responsibilities. Established names are getting rotated out, and the energy around every drill, every rep, every snap, it feels like the Patriots are turning a page. This camp has revealed more than expected. A full identity shift, a new offensive structure, and hidden stars who may never give their jobs back. When a franchise that prides itself on secrecy starts showing its hand this early, it means one of two things: either they're bluffing, or they're already 2 steps ahead of the rest of the league. And the first clue is sitting right on the line of scrimmage. Because one rookie, with barely a week of camp under his belt, just took a veteran spot without flinching. No hype video, no headlines, just pure dominance in the trenches. And once you see what happened next, you'll realize this isn't a test run. It's a takeover in progress. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Patriots and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. They didn't announce it, they didn't hype it up, but the Patriots may have quietly made one of the biggest depth chart moves of camp, and it happened in the middle of a routine practice. Rookie lineman Jared Wilson, a center out of Georgia, was suddenly lined up at starting left guard, taking reps ahead of veteran Cole Strange. No warning, no easing in, just a rookie thrown into the fire, and not only surviving, but owning it. He lined up across from veteran defensive tackles and went to war like he'd been doing it for years. What nobody's talking about is how the coaching staff handled this switch. With Garrett Bradbury limping off and Wilson expected to slide in at center, they did the opposite. They locked him into left guard and began rotating other names like Brown and Strange at the center spot instead. That speaks volumes. It tells you Wilson isn't just a plug-in backup. He's being positioned to start. And it wasn't a fluke. In one-on-one drills, he completely stoned Christian Barmore twice. Then he handled Milton Williams, another established name. That's not a lucky day, that's a statement. Now the ripple effect is getting louder. If Wilson locks down that guard spot, what happens to Strange? And what about the rest of the line when Morgan Moses also left practice early? The Patriots are suddenly rearranging the foundation of their offense in real time. This isn't just about who protects the quarterback, it's about who sets the tone. And with Wilson rising, there's another young name on the opposite side of the ball getting tested hard. But this rookie's week went very differently, and what happened next might decide his entire future. The Patriots aren't naming a starting quarterback yet, but Drake Maye is making it nearly impossible to ignore him. Every practice, every throw, every read, he's getting sharper. What's wild is how quietly it's happening. No drama, no media circus, just production. Deep throws to Kyle Williams, rhythm routes to Stephon Diggs, red zone lasers that slice through tight windows. The guy hasn't just avoided bad days, he's erased mistakes entirely. Through every 11 on 11 and 7 on 7 snaps so far, he hasn't thrown a single interception. Not one. The part that's catching everyone off guard is how different he looks from last year. In his rookie campaign, Maye flashed big talent but struggled with consistency, tossing 10 interceptions across the season. But now, he's playing with patience. He's taking what the defense gives him, trusting his reads, and dropping balls exactly where they need to be. During one padded session, he went 11 for 14, including a perfectly timed 40-yard touchdown to Williams. That kind of efficiency doesn't just happen. It's earned, it's practiced. And it's consistent. But before anyone hands him the starting job, there's one thing standing in his way: timing. Will the Patriots let this momentum carry into the preseason opener? Or are they going to protect him and roll with a slower approach? Either way, Maye's making that decision harder with every rep. And as his stock rises, the team's growing list of injuries might accelerate everything even faster than planned. What's happening in the rehab tent could reshape the depth chart by next week. There's a silent crisis brewing behind the scenes at Patriots training camp, and it's not just a string of sore hamstrings. It's a domino effect that could change the final 53-man roster before the first preseason snap. The list is growing by the day. Christian Gonzalez, who grabbed his hamstring in coverage, is already being handled cautiously. The good news is he's expected to be ready for Week 1. But his absence opened the door for others, and those doors are starting to swing wider with every new name added to the injury report. The situation escalated when veteran corner Carlton Davis vanished from practice without explanation. Add in Matt Collins still stuck on the PUP list, Garrett Bradbury leaving with a limp, and Trayvon Williams, Joshua Farmer, and Yasir Durant all ruled out, and suddenly, the Patriots aren't just managing bumps and bruises, they're rewriting the depth chart. Even promising fullback Brock Lampy, who had been earning first-team reps, is now on injured reserve. That move alone may have ended his rookie campaign before it even started. And this is where the plot thickens. Because every injury creates a void and someone unexpected always rises to fill it. That could be Lan Larison, who's getting more first-team reps at running back. Or it might push the Patriots to make emergency signings like RJ Moten at linebacker. What's clear is that every spot, from the offensive line to the secondary, is suddenly up for grabs. And while some are falling behind due to injury, one defensive name is doing the opposite. He's turning every rep into a highlight, and the front office is watching. Training camp is built for breakout stories, but few are as explosive as what K'Lavon Chaisson is doing right now. While most eyes were locked on quarterback reps and offensive line battles, Chaisson quietly turned into a nightmare off the edge. In one stretch alone, he logged 2 sacks and a pressure on just 4 plays, all against the starting offense. The victim? Rookie tackle Will Campbell, who found out the hard way that camp doesn't slow down for anyone, not even a highly touted draft pick. What makes Chaisson's rise so compelling is that he's not just stacking stats, he's dominating matchups. Multiple reporters at camp have called him the early frontrunner for Breakout Star of the Summer. And it's not just happening once or twice. He's putting together impact reps in back-to-back practices, earning first-team work, and crashing the backfield before plays even develop. This isn't a rotation guy finding his moment. This looks like a starting-caliber edge rusher making his case before preseason even begins. And the ripple effect could be brutal for veterans like Anfernee Jennings, who now faces an uphill battle to keep his spot. The Patriots have depth on the edge, but if Chaisson keeps this up, they'll be forced to make room. What was once a quiet position, battle has become a full-blown spotlight war. And while the defense gains momentum, the offense is watching rookies rise of their own. One of those position groups is heating up fast, and the margin for error is razor-thin. This isn't just a training camp rotation, it's a full-on battle for survival inside the Patriots' wide receiver room. And with only a handful of roster spots left, every snap is starting to feel like an audition. 2 names are forcing their way into the conversation: Javon Baker and Kayshon Boutte, a second-year receiver trying to lock in his role. Both are making plays, both are flashing at the right moments, and both just turned a quiet competition into a must-watch storyline. Baker caught fire with a highlight reel touchdown over Marcellus Dial in a red zone drill, twisting in midair for a toe-tap grab that had the sideline buzzing. Kayshon, on the other hand, continues to build chemistry with Drake Maye, capping off a recent practice with a strong TD to end the session. These aren't garbage time reps, they're clutch moments, happening when the pads are on and the coverage is tight. And with Pop Douglas, Matt Collins, and Stefon Diggs locked into the top spots, the clock is ticking on who claims those final 2 receiver roles. What makes it even tougher is the math. 7 receivers won't fit. And with Jalen Polk missing valuable practice time and Baker flashing late, it's suddenly possible that the depth chart flips again before joint practices begin. So who stays, who gets cut, and who might be a surprise trade chip? It's still wide open.